Gather around the campfire, it's time for snuggle wrap. The stars are out, the fire crackles, and every breeze carries a story stitched with wonder and warmth and sweet words from our Bible. Tonight's verse is Daniel 6:22. My God sent his angels and shut the lions' mouths. Tonight's story glows like an ember, gentle enough for little hearts, deep enough for dreaming souls. So snuggle in close, find your favorite blanket, let your thoughts drift to the stars, because every story is a hug, and this one was made just for you. Once upon a time, in a land of golden palaces and towering walls, a mighty king named Darius conquered the great city of Babylon. The streets buzzed with change, and the kingdom stretched far and wide like the stars in the sky. To keep order, King Darius chose 120 princes to rule over the land, and above them he placed 3 presidents, wise leaders to guide the kingdom with justice and strength. But one man stood out among them all. His name was Daniel. Daniel was not only clever and brave, he was honest, kind, and he loved God with all his heart. His spirit shone like a lantern in the dark, and King Darius saw it. The king made Daniel one of the highest rulers in the land. In fact, he was so impressed, he planned to set Daniel over the entire kingdom. Why? Because Daniel had something special inside him, an excellent spirit. It was like a quiet fire that never went out. But not everyone was happy about that. What do you think happened next? Did Daniel stay safe? Did someone try to stop him? Let's find out in the next part of our story. Not everyone liked that Daniel was chosen to lead. The other rulers were jealous. They didn't like how the king trusted Daniel more than them, so they started spying on him, watching his work, listening to his words, hoping to catch him doing something wrong. But Daniel was faithful and true. He didn't cheat, lie, or make mistakes. He did everything with honesty and love. The rulers huddled together and whispered, "We'll never catch him doing anything bad, unless it's something to do with his God." So they came up with a sneaky plan. They went to the king and said, "Let's make a new law. For 30 days, no one can pray to any god or person except you, O king." The king liked the sound of that and signed the law. But there was a terrible part hidden in the rule. Anyone who disobeys will be thrown into the lion's den. Big, hungry lions, dark, cold cave, no way out. And guess who they were hoping would break the rule? Will Daniel stop praying, or will he keep trusting God no matter what? Let's keep reading to find out what happens next. Daniel heard about the new law. He knew what it said. He knew what would happen if he broke it. But Daniel loved God more than anything, so he didn't stop praying. Morning, noon, and night, 3 times a day, Daniel knelt by his window. He faced Jerusalem, the city he loved, and whispered prayers of thanks to God, just like he had always done. His heart was brave, his faith was strong, but the jealous rulers were watching. They saw him kneel, they saw him pray, and they smiled their sneaky smiles. They ran straight to the king. "O king," they said, "Daniel broke your law. He prayed to his God." The trap had been set. What will the king do now? King Darius was heartbroken. He loved Daniel very much. Daniel was honest and kind, and he always helped the king make wise choices. But now, Daniel was in danger. The king tried everything to save him. He thought and thought until the sun went down. But the law couldn't be changed, so Daniel was taken to the lion's den. The cave was dark. The lions were waiting, but Daniel didn't cry or hide. He trusted God. The king walked beside him, his heart heavy. He leaned close and whispered, "May your God rescue you, Daniel." The king whispered. His eyes were sad. His heart was full of love for his friend. Then a big stone was rolled across the entrance. It was sealed with the king's royal signet so no one could open it. That night, the palace was quiet. No music, no dinner, no sleep, just the king sitting alone, praying, hoping, wishing Daniel would be safe. The stars twinkled above, and deep in the din, something amazing was happening. the lions moved slowly around Daniel. Their eyes were sharp, their teeth were strong, they were powerful creatures, made to hunt. But Daniel didn't run. He didn't hide. He prayed. And God sent his angel. The lions stopped. They didn't roar. They didn't bite. God had shut their mouths. At dawn, the sky turned pink and gold. King Darius jumped from bed and hurried to the lion's den. He called out, his voice full of hope, "Daniel, has your God, the one you serve so faithfully, saved you?" For a moment there was silence. Then from the shadows came a voice, "O king, live forever. My God sent his angel to shut the lions' mouths. They didn't hurt me at all. I am unharmed because I trusted in him." The king was overjoyed. He ordered the stone to be rolled away. Daniel was lifted from the den, safe and sound, not a scratch on him, not even a tear in his robe, because he had trusted in God. But the men who had tried to trap Daniel, they were punished. King Darius gave a command, and they were thrown into the lion's den instead. This time, the lions did not stay quiet. Then, King Darius made a new law. Everyone must honor the God of Daniel, for he is the living God forever and true. He rescues and saves. He performs signs and wonders in heaven and on earth. He delivered Daniel from the power of the lions. And from that day on, the story of Daniel spread far and wide, a story of courage, faith, and a God who shuts the mouths of lions. All right, campers, that was the story of Daniel, the wise one, the faithful one, the one who prayed. The lions could not harm him because God was with him in the dark, just like when Jesus entered the tomb. God's light broke through, so now no tomb, no fear, no lion can ever keep us from his love. So tonight, under this starry sky, snuggled in your blankets, remember this: when you feel afraid or alone or surrounded by trouble, God is near. He sends angels. He shuts the mouths of lions. Sleep gently, little ones. Jesus loves you. He listens when you pray. He watches over your heart, your hopes, your every little wonder. And when the morning comes, remember, you're never alone. God walks beside you wherever you go.